tonight is Njoki Shege. Now, 6 people are confirmed dead from Wednesday's nationwide anti-government demonstrations and dozens injured in exchanges between the police and protesters. Police say 300 people were arrested during the protests on the first of 3 days of Azimio demonstrations against government, and police officers deployed a change of tact in Nairobi to contain protesters in their areas, stopping their exit onto major roads leading into the city. We begin our broadcast. Our very own Sam Gituku.
The police deployment was early and significant across different parts of the city county, with the sole aim of stopping the flow of masses out of their residential areas into the shopping centres and into the city. In this area of Mathare constituency, the police sustained a lengthy standoff with the protesters who used this broken community water tank as their shield. Their main weapon, other than resilience, was the stones. For several minutes, the police response was minimal, having to behave like the residents. It was a battle of stones until the police got more supply of tear gas canisters. But even then, some of the hawk-eyed protesters were ready to return it back to sender. And when the police had had enough, they deployed a psychological war. Pushing away the demonstrators into the housing units, the police took away the broken water tank, denying the protesters the shield. One resident was injured in the head and was attended to by residents, then first aiders, before being moved to hospital. One police officer was injured in the exchange. In Kibra, the police were busy breaking any organized crowds. Still, the protesters managed to light bonfires on the roads, challenging the police to running battles. Transport services were unavailable here, apart from erratic border rides. 2 people were arrested by the police in the chaos. The deaths across the country recorded Wednesday evening, now standing at 6. 2 people died in Nairobi, 1 in Makueni, another in Nakuru, 1 person in Migori, and later this evening, another death confirmed in Kisumu. Scores were injured, to list but a few, 12 in Migori, 5 of whom had gunshot wounds, and 7 with soft tissue injuries. 9 were injured in Nakuru, all except 1 had gunshot injuries. 9 were injured in Kisumu, and 5 in Siaya. The man who died in Makueni was shot in the chest. In Nakuru County, 1 person was reported to have died in the violent clashes between protesters and the police. In Kisumu County, several shops were razed down in unclear circumstances. It is claimed that the fire started following a tear gas canister landing in a shop that had petroleum products. In Nyamira County, 5 people were arrested and 8 others arrested in neighboring Kisii County as police sought to quell any protests in the area. The 4 people injured in Bondo, Siaya County are now under treatment at the Bondo Hospital. Police officers in Siaya and Homa Bay counties were keen on breaking any grouping of protesters. Police say 300 people were arrested across the country. Sam Gituku, Citizen TV.
All right, Gituks, thanks so much.